The story I am about to tell is a Japanese story. Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Taro. In order to earn a living, he used to cut woods from trees in the forest into pieces and sell. So, what do we call a person who chops wood? Yes, a woodcutter. Taro lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long he chopped wood in the forest. Though he worked very hard, he earned very little money.
I work so hard and chop wood all day long, each and every single day. But despite all the hard work, I earn so little money. I love my parents so much. I want to provide them with everything they need. But it seems impossible with my meager income.
This made him sad, for he was a thoughtful son. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut, and everyone felt very cold.
I wish I had a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my old heart good.
This made Taro sadder than ever, for the heartwarming drink called sake was very expensive.
How do I earn money? How do I get a little sake for my poor old father?
He decided to work harder than before. The next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat.
My poor old father, if only he was as warm as I.
Taro paused for a moment and then
I have to earn extra money to buy the sake to warm my old man's bones.
suddenly Taro stopped chopping.
What was that sound I just heard? Could it be? Could it be possibly be rushing water? I cannot remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. I am feeling thirsty. I should check it out. Maybe there I can find some water.
The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock.
I have never seen this waterfall before. It is a pleasant surprise to find a fresh water source.
Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips.
Mmm, this water tastes different. Why does it taste to me as if it is sake?
Was it water or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water.
Oh, this is sake. Let me just get my pitcher and fill it in. My father would be very happy to drink it. He wanted to have a sake for so long in this cold winter weather.
Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Konnichiwa. Good afternoon.
Welcome. Please have a seat. Here, please have this delicious sake. You would love it in this cold weather.
Oh, thank you so much. It is such a delight to be able to drink it in this cold, harsh weather. But this is so expensive. How did you afford it?
My son Taro found a magic waterfall where instead of water flowed this luxurious expensive sake.
Listening to this, the lady got excited and thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. The next morning, Taro started work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest pitcher he owned.
I have to go and visit again the waterfall since we ran off the sake yesterday. I need to fill again my pitcher.
When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again, and then he shouted angrily.
Water! Nothing but water!
Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water.
We haven't drinked. Where is his Taro?
Let us drown him in this waterfall. But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock when he saw how things were going. He was nowhere to be found.
Let us all return to our homes. Taro is nowhere to be found. We will see the matter later. It is already dark and not safe in the forest.
Taro came out of his hiding place.
Is it true? That sake was only a dream?
Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan.
Go and search for this young woodcutter. I want to meet him.
Yes, Your Majesty.
He sent his guards to find and bring Taro to the royal palace. Soon they were able to find and reach Taro. He was invited to the royal palace to meet the king.
Welcome. I am very happy to see such a good and kind-hearted son, who is so thoughtful and loves his parents. I would like to reward you with 20 pieces of gold. And I declare to name the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. And I hope this would encourage all children to honor and obey their parents.
Thank you. Arigato.
This way, Taro got his true reward. His dedication, love, and obedience to his parents proved to be fruitful. This is a story about a thoughtful and loving son.